Every day on this channel, I go through everything Elon said on X in the last 24 hours. Now, news broke that SpaceX is to invest $2 billion into XAI. And Omar said it would be great if Tesla could do that. And Elon replied saying it would be great, but subject to board and shareholder approval. Now, this is a bit frustrating for Tesla investors because July 23rd, 2024, Elon ran this poll. Should Tesla invest $5 billion into XAI, assuming the valuation is set by several credible outside investors? Board approval and shareholder vote are needed, so this is just to test the waters. It got a 68% vote for yes, and he said it looks like the public is in favor. We'll discuss with Tesla board. So that's why it's frustrating that he says this a year later. It would be great, but subject to board and shareholder approval. You've had a year to discuss it with the board. And as Sawyer points out, XAI's valuation has gone up 10x since Elon ran this poll. And Alexander says, unpopular opinion in the US, but FSD transfer for Europe should be standard until regulatory approval is in place. The most loyal customers are the ones who bought it. I understand it's a bit of a hassle for Tesla to do it, but it's meeting each other halfway. And Elon says, sounds fair. And Tesla says, give FSD supervised a try, you will like it. And Elon reposts that one. And it's now been 2 years since Elon announced the formation of XAI. And I'm sure you guys know by now Grok is being integrated into your Tesla vehicle. And Alexander works at XAI and he's had Grok in his Tesla since Alpha. And he says it's one of the biggest game changers in his car. He says, no longer do I feel the need to grab my phone to talk to Grok. It's seamlessly integrated into the car. I can't wait for everyone else to try this. And Elon says, cool. And Phil Beazle witnessing the rollout of Grok 4 this week from XAI makes him wonder what the heck Apple is doing. XAI went from nothing 2 years ago to the world's best artificial intelligence. And meanwhile, Siri has arguably gotten worse. Elon says Grok voice is awesome. And Elon says that AI is drunk on left-wing content. He says there's a vast mountain of left-wing bullshit on the internet and a much smaller mountain of right-wing bullshit. The right doesn't write very much. Unfortunately, there's not much in the middle. We obviously see this with people in general where there is a bimodal distribution of opinions that break along political party lines. People tend to think that their political side is all good and the other side is all bad. Getting Grok to be sensible and neutral politically when there's so much nonsense out there is a serious challenge and one that most humans failed to pass. That being said, Grok is the best form of therapy, and Elon reposted this. And this Tesla employee tested Grok in his Tesla tonight, and the technology blew him away. The integration work by XAI and the Tesla team is truly impressive. And Elon quoted this post that explores what Grok 4 is able to do. Here are 10 ways to use Grok 4. You can automate research reports better than $100,000 consultants. You can build interactive tools and apps without code. You just describe your idea and Grok will scaffold the UI, logic, and deployment steps, no coding required. You can generate infographics from plain text. You can replace your tutor. Content creation. I actually saw somebody create my exact channel using just AI. It's nowhere as near good yet, but it's a little scary. And summarize long reports and PDFs like a top analyst. And Grok 4 is ranking #1 on every major benchmark. And Data Hazard says amazing. All the coverage of Will Stancil in trusted sources like the Wall Street Journal is about his getting bullied by Grok. So now anytime an AI looks him up, that's what fills their context and guides their responses. So here's Grok roasting Will Stancil, and Elon has a laugh at that one. And this XAI employee says, yes, you can just paste thousands of lines of your source code to Grok. And Elon reposts it. He reposted this as well. 15 mind-blowing use cases for Grok. Build and deploy apps in under 2 minutes. Generate a crowd animation in a single shot. You can create a 3D simulation of Earth. Search your old X posts. Simulate Starship's return journey. It solved how many R's are in strawberry in just 4 seconds. An interactive 3D simulation of a black hole. It built an AI-powered investment agent team from scratch. It played a chess game. And you can build a game in just 2 prompts. And not only does Grok have a voice mode, but it now seems to have a vision mode. As you can see from this video, Grok is seeing what you're seeing and commenting on it in real time. That's going to work really well when you're trying to fix things around the house and you need some help.
Yeah, I can see your dining area. Very cozy.
Sweet. Sing a song about my dining area.
All right. Cozy vibes all day. In your home so gay. How's that?
Alpha Bravo says that's so legit, she even called it gay. Grok is better than every other AI, and Elon likes that one. And Tech Artist pasted the 3JS code from the previous 3D scene in Grok 4 from XAI and prompted it to create a variation with new shapes. And Elon reposted that one. And Mr. Nakamoto says this is the running for worst post ever made, and it's basically Trump telling everybody to stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Elon says, seriously, he said Epstein half a dozen times while telling everyone to stop talking about Epstein. Just release the files as promised. And Charlie Kirk sort of comes to Trump's defense. He says that Trump is just supporting Pam Bondi. The files are untrustworthy and created by Comey and Brennan. He wants his Justice Department focused on the voter fraud, the rigged election, Act Blue, and arresting thugs and criminals. So this you responds, oh, I remember when you posted October 7th, 2024, vote Trump to release the list. And Elon responds saying, And Kaizen says if you voted for Trump, disagree with how he's handling the Epstein files, and dislike how he's talking to you about it, hopefully this helps you understand part of why the left gets so triggered by him. This is his Achilles heel. And Elon says, this is a very big deal. What the hell kind of system are we living in if thousands of kids were abused, the government has videos of the abusers, and yet none of the abusers are even facing charges? And Zero Hedge says if there's anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Because it would have hurt every other movement as well. And Elon says, bingo. And here's everybody who knows that Epstein did not commit suicide. Christians, Democrats, Republicans, Pokemon fans, PC gamers, console gamers, Muslims. Elon says, yep. And Trump is getting roasted in the comments on his Epstein post on Truth Social, which is very unusual. This is not going away. And Elon says, And Matt Walsh says, up until 10 seconds ago, there was unanimous agreement that Epstein was a pedophile and child sex trafficker with high-profile clientele who all must be exposed and brought to justice. Now, out of the blue, we're being told that none of that is true, and anyone who believes this whole Epstein thing is a whack job and a conspiracy theorist. This is the kind of shameless 180-degree unexplained pivot that leftists typically specialize in. It's very weird to see it happening on the right. And Elon says it's easy to tell who is a paid influencer. And good morning, Patriots. And Nancy Mace quotes this saying, who sleeps better knowing President Trump is in charge? Epstein's clients do. And Elon likes that one. And a reminder that if cutting government funding shuts down an NGO, it wasn't really a non-government organization. And Elon reposts that one. And Steve Bannon is completely focused on Elon's destruction. Dave Lee quotes this and says, I'll take sustainable transport, energy, reusable rockets, space-based internet, etc. over Bannon's attacks and irrational malice. And Elon replies saying, back to prison for Bannon. He's in the Epstein files. And Mario says that the Secret Service knew about the assassination attempt on Trump and said nothing. Apparently they classified the threat 10 days before the rally. They never told the agents assigned to protect him. No sniper team, no ballistic glass, no warning. Why? Bureaucracy, a system built to not share unless the threat was imminent. The agent in charge of security that day, on her first big outdoor event. The drones? Broken or flown by rookies, and Trump was missed by a miracle and still no one's been fired. Elon says, wow. And it looks like some Elon employees were going back and forth talking about energy. Ross says plants suck at converting photons from the sun into energy versus photovoltaic solar panels. The one thing going for plants is they self-replicate. But if we have a choice of how to use land and how to store or consume energy, it should be photovoltaics and batteries and electric systems. Elon replies to this saying, we don't even need to use land with plants. There are massive swaths of bleak, empty desert in America. The few lizards and bugs that live there would probably appreciate some shade. And here's Falcon 9 first stage landing on a drone ship. Elon replies to this nice photo from John Krause. And SpaceX was live streaming this Falcon 9 flight. And Elon says Starship will take humanity to Mars. And Sync it says hopefully in our lifetime we get to see humans settle there. And Elon says yes. And wow, Falcon 9 completed its 500th mission. And Elon reposted this. And the Act-4 crew are set to depart from the space station on Dragon tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And Elon congratulates the SpaceX team on 500 orbital spaceflight missions. And OneDrive is trying to push cloud storage on people, and apparently someone lost 30 years of data. And so they say, let's finish setting up. And there's me wanting to keep my files offline, safe, and organized. And Elon agrees. And Doge Designer asks, what if we restored the Roman Empire? Elon says, not a bad idea. Kikius Maximus. And Modern History asks, who used Winamp? Elon replied saying, me. And all public companies in Germany combined are worth $3 trillion. Nvidia is now worth $4 trillion. Let that sink in. And Elon says, wow. And the year 2012 may well turn out to be the year in which the most humans were ever born. And Gary asks, what changed about society in 2012? That was the year that Tinder launched. And today, most countries have below replacement fertility rates. Elon reposted this one. And Dima says there are so many incredible things on the horizon in the years to come. And Elon reposted that one. So that's everything that Elon said today, but there's two other things that I want to show you guys if you're a Tesla shareholder. Optimus was spotted inside the Tesla diner. You can see him there. Now this is a big deal because it suggests that Optimus might find himself in a serving role at the Tesla diner. It's going to be a controlled environment where Tesla can get real world experience with customers and Optimus can learn a lot. And it will be really cool and help influencers make some really epic content. And the other news was that Robotaxi was spotted testing FSD in Kyle, Texas, which is 20 minutes south of the current Austin geofence. And today's Sunday, and Elon said that the geofence was expanding this weekend. So we should be expecting an announcement anytime now. And so that's everything. And if you guys can't tell, I am in a different location. I've been traveling all day. I'm visiting some family currently, so I apologize if this video felt a little rushed. I'm just getting settled in and I want to go spend some time with them. But tomorrow I'll be much more settled in and I'm here for about a week. And if you guys want to get early access to these videos or you just want to support the channel, you can do so by joining the channel as a member, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.